Hi, this is Ben at Poly Yoga. Welcome to day 16 of our 21-day movement challenge. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope that you remember to be kind to yourself if you happen to miss a day or if you don't get maximum reps of any one exercise. None of that matters. Just really focus on your own health, your own well-being, and let this challenge that we created for you be a vehicle of just improving your general sense of health and wellness. Today's class is going to be focused on pull strength, which isn't necessarily a pattern that we get very often if yoga is one of our primary fitness strategies. And then typically when we use pull strength, we tend to think about pull-up bars, climbing, maybe resistance bands. Today I thought that I would teach you some ways that I use the ground and slides to get stronger in this dimension. Now, the way that we're going to do that is we don't need a mat today, we need a clear floor space. So whether that is hardwood floor or tile, and even carpet can work, and I'll tell you about that. What you're going to need today is something like a blanket and also a pair of socks. And you see that I brought really bright, colorful socks, and I just recommend if you have a pair of socks that will make you happy to look at them, I suggest you get those first. And then again, last thing, if you're going to use a carpet, the best strategy I can give you is, actually the socks would work as well, but otherwise try paper plates. It sounds kind of funny, but paper plates slide on carpet quite well. So when you're ready, meet me in your matless practice space. Hi, so as you can see, we're gonna practice in an empty space, no mat needed today. I hope you can find enough empty space at home, and we're just gonna get right into it. Relatively little warm up today, not a lot. I have a couple nice exercises planned for you, and I want to use the time for that. That being said, if at the end of this warm up period you're not ready to practice, you should hit pause and continue to warm up your body. So first we'll just begin with a little light Anjaneyasana style warm up. Fold over into a pyramid pose, drop the left knee back down onto your blanket, sweep it up, engage that glute, lift the chest, and exhale, fold. Let's do one more. Drop the knee down, lift the chest, fire that glute, open your heart, and exhale, fold. Get that hamstring work, calf and Achilles. And then drop the left knee down. We'll switch, right knee, left foot out ahead of you, tuck the back toes, you see that? Fire that right glute as you work the right hip point forward, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Straighten both legs. Inhale, drop through and open. Exhale, hands down, straighten both legs. And then drop your right knee down. Step your left foot back. If you need to keep your knees on the blanket, that would be a nice way for you to not have any discomfort in your kneecaps. And all we're going to warm up now is hands and wrists and scapula and spine. So before you do full cat-cow, just work scapula push-ups. Drop the chest through, but you see the elbows don't bend. The spine doesn't really bend. It's just movement of the shoulder blades. This is a kind of foundational mobility exercise in the way that I understand the body. Really learning to articulate the shoulder blades independently. One more. Good. And then sit back on your heels, stand up, shake it out. Now would be the time to hit pause if you don't feel ready, right? But I like to think about how when a dog wakes up in the morning, she or he just does one down dog, one up dog, and then on, we're moving. So to whatever degree you can, just let's get ready to move. So first movement, we're gonna step back into a plank pose, and I'm gonna use the blanket for the first round, and I'm gonna step my feet right onto that blanket, and I'm going to slide back into my plank pose. Okay, first movement, very simple. All we're going to do is bend the knees and take the knees to the chest, and we're going to move for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you can roll over your toes if you can. 10, slide back, set down. Good, that's number 1. Next thing, we're gonna come back into more of like almost beginning like down dog on your blanket. And then what we're gonna do is come forward, shoulders over wrists, and then slide the blanket towards the left hand, straight legs, and around and back and to the left. Slide and around. So we're taking 3 circles to the right and 3 circles to the left. That is not easy. Maybe your circles are bigger than mine. Maybe they're less. One more. Drop the knees down and sit back on your heels. Okay, for the next exercise, we're going to take one sock and we're going to put it on our hand, which makes me happy because it's like we're about to do sock puppets instead of sweat. See? Okay, and then we're going to come back into plank. Look at that socked hand ominously. Okay, and I'm going to actually model this one with my knees down, cross the ankles. Okay? Could be done in plank, could be done for sure with the knees down. What we're going to do is take 5 push-ups, but slide this socked hand straight forward. Actually out at about 45 degrees. So bend the elbow, slide it out, and then really focus on the pull back. Push with the left, slide with the right. 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and shake it out. Switch the sock. Hopefully you used clean socks. The awkwardness of putting a sock on your hand gives you opportunity to breathe, take a break. Come back onto all fours or into your plank. Go ahead and slide, push, and pull. Push and pull. 1 more, 3 more. It's a little Freudian slip. 2, and 1. All the way back in. Really nice job. Okay, exercise number 4. We're going to go back to a blanket. In my case, a pillowcase. And you see I've shifted over into this kind of sideways sitting. And I'm going to fold up my pillowcase. And I'm going to put the top of my hand on that pillowcase. And let's start with the left hand over on the ground in front of you. And what we're going to do now is slide, you see, palm up, straight out to the side. Lay it as low as you can. And then drive into that palm to slide it back in. So what you're doing is lengthening the lats here on the side. And as you lengthen, and then you have to activate them. So in this longer position, you're finding the utility of the muscle. So we'll do 3 more. Slide out, pull back in. 2 more. Slide, get as much length as you can and still activate to pull. Last one, slide and slide. Good. Okay, now we'll just go straight over to the other side. See, I'm kind of off onto my left hip. Left palm now, facing up. And we're going to go straight out, right hand to the ground, straight out, perpendicular to the body. Feel that length in your left side body, and then slide it back in. And we move 4 more. Slide it back in. Really feel how this is a pulling action. Drive your knuckles into the blanket and slide it back in. 2 more. One more. Slide it out. Slide it back in. and then come up and we'll cross our shins, and I'm going to turn around back behind so that you can see this action one more time. If you have to adjust your pillowcase, go ahead and fold it up. It's going to be straight back behind me. I just worked my left hand, so now I'm going to work my right. We're going to turn around, put this blanket here on the hand onto the blanket, and we're going to be twisting towards the right. We're going to slide it back behind us, almost like a peaceful warrior. Take the left hand up and over, and slide it back. So go 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Switch it right up. Maybe cross your shins the other way, just to keep things interesting. Left hand now coming behind, and slide it back up. You might notice on this side, I don't go as far. My left shoulder is a little unstable. So I'm interested in using this exercise to increase my range of where my brain can feel stable in my old injured left shoulder. One more time. Good. And then I'm going to spin back around to face you. And the last exercise before we repeat these drills, we're going to put our feet now onto that blanket. We're going to come down into a bridge pose. But you'll notice as I lift my hips, I'm going to also lift my toes. You want to keep your thighs engaged into the midline. And this is essentially a hamstring pull strength muscle exercise activation thing. Straighten the feet and then slide it back in towards bridge. And we'll make 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And let it down. And come on up. And then cross your shins. We're going to go right back through that circuit, okay? So maybe a little bit faster this time. We're going to take the feet onto the blanket. Actually, this round, I'm going to do putting the socks on my feet. I actually think that's going to work a little bit better. My floor here at home is a little bit rough, so it doesn't slide very well. So we're going to put both socks, conveniently buying myself some time to rest between reps. All right, socks on, ready for action, right? Hands down. The first movement, what was it? Bent knees, knees to chest. This is a really nice core exercise, okay? So inhale deep, push the ground away, broad shoulder blades, and go. 2, this time 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Set the knees down. Do take a break. By the way, if this kills your wrists, most of these exercises could be done on the forearms as well. You just might not get quite as much range, but you'll get very similar muscle activation. Okay, hands down for that down dog-ish. There's so many ways to use slides in your practice to get strong. I had to pick from just a handful. But even here in your down dog, feel how, because the feet want to slip away, you have to find more core here to hold it. But that's not what we're after. Come up on the toes, and we're going to keep the legs straight and take some circles. That's 1. If you have to shuffle your feet around, go ahead. 2. 3. Okay, stick with me. Keep going. Circle around to the right, around to the left. Walk the feet if you have to. That's 2. That's 3. Oh, that's a really good one. Okay, but now we need the socks. So, sock onto my right hand. Pad your knees if you need to. If you're going to be doing it on your knees, go ahead. Cross your ankles. Find a plank position, so thighs, glutes, and torso in a line. Okay, and then we'll take 5 this time. Push-ups and slide the hand out to the right, 45 degrees. Go down in 1, focus on the pull. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Come on up. Sock off. Sock on. It's good to have a diversity of styles, a diversity of workouts. Keep moving the body in new and fresh ways. Bend and pull. That's 1. We go 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Come on up. We can do this next one, the sock on the hand as well, or go back to the blanket. Okay, I'm just going to keep the sock on my right hand, cross over onto my right hip, palm up. It's for that external rotation. Now this time, keep your left hand there or work it onto the left side. It's going to be a little bit harder. Push into the ground to slide and push down to slide back up. Really trying to feel length and then strength through the right side ribs. We work 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch it up. Left hand, palm up. Open your heart here. So the right shoulder trying to keep open and out far as you can and glide it back in. And we work 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push to pull. Come on up. I think this one will need the blanket back. At least I think it works better this way. We're going to turn the blanket directly behind us. Go right into the right hand. Twist, extend, slide, and pull back to you. We work 5. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it up. Left hand. It's the beginning of a twist, and it's like peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. All depends on how you refer to it. Straight back behind you. 2 more, my friends. 1 more. Good. Last exercise. Feet onto the blanket. You could still be in your socks. Put them back on. Bridge pose. If it kills you to do this without any support, you definitely could do supported bridge for this last exercise, which is to say fit a block underneath your sacrum. I happen to like it without because it allows the lower back muscles and their integration with the hamstrings to be apparent. So lift your hips, puff your chest up, get bridge, lift your toes, and blanket slides. So heels away, heels back in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull it back in. Take a break. Come on up to sit. Cross your shins. Pause. Feel your body. Feel how this worked for you. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a full-length class with this sliding theme. But until that time, namaste.